What is up, guys? Andrew here and welcome to Comic Booker. All things comics from a creator. October is here and it's the month of daily drawing challenges, including Inktober. For the uninitiated, Inktober is an annual month-long daily drawing challenge. The point is to make one ink drawing a day for 31 days straight. You can follow a series of prompts if you want, or design your own challenge based on whatever you want to draw. Anyway, I was waffling on whether or not to join Inktober this year, when my indecisiveness just exploded and I just bit the bullet last night. I had like 2 hours left before midnight when I finally decided to jump in. I skipped Inktober last year. I'll link to the video explaining why in the description. But this year, I've decided to do 31 X-Men and really go to town on it. Yesterday was October 1 and I drew Destiny to kick things off. I'm filming this on October 2, so my second drawing is gonna be Forge. Anyway, time's wasting, so let's get to it. So I'll be doing this in a hybrid process, starting with thumbnails and then drawing it traditionally on Bristol board paper. I'll take it all the way to inks and then color it on the iPad. I really wasn't sure if I was gonna do the challenge this year. I've been on a bit of a break from social media the last 2 months, and while it's been good for my mental health, my progress on my personal projects has really gone down. Anyway, I was watching Daniel Warren Johnson's YouTube channel, and he's this artist behind the comics Murder Falcon and Extremity, and he's one of my favorite cartoonists right now, who also happens to be on YouTube, so follow him. And he mentioned he was doing Inktober this year with a wrestling theme. And the thing that struck me was how he described the whole thing as an exercise in letting go. Because Inktober is a month-long daily art challenge, you're inevitably gonna have bad days where you're just not getting it, or you don't have enough time. And on those days, it's really important to push through it and just post. One of the worst traits you can have as a comic book artist is perfectionism, because it can really slow you down. When making comics, you're illustrating hundreds of images a month in order to tell a story, and the likelihood of all those images being your 100% best is pretty low. So inevitably, you bump into a wonky face here, a loose hand there, and you'll be tempted to backtrack and redraw it. And then you'll have another wonky page or a lack of backgrounds, and more temptations present themselves to burn extra time on the page, because it's really impossible to just be perfect every time. If you're an efficient artist, you'll recognize when it's good enough to tell the story and just let it go. Otherwise, you're going back and revising and editing and redoing things, and the pace of your work suffers. Now, I'm not saying you should always sacrifice quality for speed, but there is a balance that needs to be met. And in my experience, the more you do something, the better you get. So it can actually be really helpful to chase quantity over quality in the long run. Make many bad drawings until an excellent one emerges, rather than hammer away at one drawing to perfection. It all comes back to how much time you're putting into your piece, really. Which brings us back to Inktober. Chances are in the next few weeks I'll do a less than stellar Inktober drawing that I won't want to post. But if I'm training myself to have a healthy mindset, it would do me good to let it go. Because I'll get more out of the exercise if I just keep my nose on the daily practice and focus on the next piece, rather than going back and redrawing things. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I'm just babbling along while I finish this Forge drawing up, which seems to be coming together. Just a few more tweaks and done. That's day 2 of Inktober done. I'll upload this one in a second. Next week is New York Comic Con, so it's gonna be a bit tight for me, but I'll do my best to keep up. If you're interested in following my daily progress, follow me over on Instagram at AndrewDrillon. I'll post a link down in the description. I still have 29 drawings left to go, so if you have any suggestions for me to draw, let me know in the comments below. The only rule is that they have to be X characters, so yeah. That's all for today, guys. If you're doing Inktober this year, good luck and may the Forge be with you. Until next time, peace.